What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. Micro Mike, and today I just wanted to do some Detroit Lions talk, some Q&A. I haven't been on in a little bit because I lost power. I had no power to my house for a couple days, and I had to sleep. I had to sleep at a hotel on Thanksgiving. So I got power back at my house, and I am ready to talk some Detroit Lions, talk about the Thanksgiving Day game, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we will get into this for sure. So let me get everything going on here. And this is a Q&A session. So basically, just whatever you want to ask, go ahead. We're going to get into there. And I wanted to talk about the Thanksgiving Day game and some of the positives that came out of that. And I think there is quite a bit of positives, actually, and besides the score. But when you look at the young players on this roster, it is truly exciting to see Bo Scarborough, to see this man start to flourish as a running back for this team. He is definitely in my opinion, Bo Scarborough is a very good running back. I like his size, his ability to run people over. I think that's very important to have as a running back. To be in the black and blue division, you need to be able to run people over and be a hard-nosed running back. So I think that's very important for when it comes to the Detroit Lions, and that's something that I've been waiting for a very long time. We haven't had a running back like that probably since Joique Bell, but I think he is a. What's going on, Kyle Webb? What's going on, Monterey Moore? I just want to talk some Detroit Lions today, talk some, do some Q&A, and talk about the positives that I've seen from this game. I've been out without power. I have been without power for a couple days, and our power came on, and I am super excited to feel heat again. I am definitely, look, in my opinion, what's going on, James Holyfield? What's going on, T-Dog Racing and Fishing? We are getting Chase Young. That is I'll answer that, Kyle Webb, as well as the rest. Chase Young is the individual I am looking for. I don't believe we'll be a top 5 draft pick. I think we'll be at the 4 or 5 spot. And I think, obviously, you're not going to get him at that spot. You have to probably go to the 2nd overall pick to get him, or the 3rd, depending. And, because there's teams that's going to want to get quarterbacks, and you always take a quarterback in the top of the draft. If we can trade up and get a Chase Young, in my opinion, you got to go for it. I don't care about many selections in this draft. I want playmakers. I want defensive playmakers that is going to get after the quarterback. And in my opinion, Chase Young is that guy. Chase Young can bring pressure. He will scare quarterbacks, kind of like we had with Ndamukong Suh. We had an individual that scared the hell out of quarterbacks, and everyone on the offense had to prepare for him. Morning, Bruce. And that's what I want to see. I want to see an individual that can bring fear upon an offense, and Chase Young has that capability. He is definitely, what up, though, Dim Sum? He is definitely a playmaker for sure, and an individual that would look very good on this defense. When it comes to the game last week, Bo Scarborough, man, I really like what's going on. We're not getting Chase Young. I heard you on your video. I disagree. I think we can trade up and get him. He's going to be a top 2 pick. We have capital to trade up. We don't need a lot of draft picks. We need playmaker ability, blue chip players. And that requires, if we're a top 5 draft pick, to trade up maybe the 2nd overall pick. I think we can do that. I definitely do. And you got to understand, from Bob Quinn's standpoint, he understands that they have to win next season, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. The way for that to occur is you have to get a dynamic player that will spark hope back into the Lions fan base. He can't do a safe pick this year. He's got to go in and he's got to go after a playmaker, and that's an individual I can see them going after. You got to understand the Bengals are going to draft a quarterback in this year's draft. They're going to be the first overall pick. And the second overall pick is going to be the Redskins or probably the Miami Dolphins. And, I'm not convinced that the Redskins would not take a quarterback either. I think they may take one because I don't think Haskins is doing it. I can see a trade up because if you look at this year's draft, we had a lot of draft picks. A lot of those players are not even on the team. We had talent on the team to where these draft picks, these 6th, 7th draft picks were not on the team. They're not on the team. So why have a bunch of draft picks if they're not even going to make the team? And I feel like that we are gonna pick up free agents as well. And why not take a individual like a Darius Slay if you could trade him, or a second round pick or whatever, to get a franchise dynamic playmaking defensive end that scares quarterbacks. You got to put that. You got to be able to have that in your box of candy to go ahead and get. You got to do something. You got to get a playmaking defensive player. In my opinion, we're going to be a top 5 draft pick. I've been saying it for a while. It's definitely looking like that. I can see the Falcons winning another game, and if the Falcons win another game, I think that pushes us down to the 5, possibly 4 spot. So we'll see. The draft is loaded with talent. Yes, I agree. But we need to have blue chip players. We need to have dynamic players. Bob Quinn has filled this team with a lot of depth, with a lot of individuals that can really help the team, as good players. We got a lot of red chip players, but we do not have a lot of dynamic players. We need dynamic players. Dynamic players. Explain to me why they're not trading up. I would like to see the reason why they would not trade up. I would like to understand the thinking behind us not trading up a couple spots to secure a dynamic playmaker. It took the Chicago Bears traded up 1 spot, gave up a 3rd round pick for Mitchell Trubisky. I can see us trading up 2 spots to get a Chase Young if he is available at the 2 or 3 spot. Again, the first overall pick is going to be a quarterback. He is going to be a quarterback. So we don't need to trade up to the first overall pick. It's not the case. A lot of quarterbacks are going to be taken in this draft as well. You just never know how the draft is going to stack out officially. But the Bengals are taking a quarterback, so that's going to push him down. The Washington Redskins may take a quarterback too. Man, Haskins is not that good. I don't see us winning another game. Mike, would you really surprise if we don't trade? Mike, would it really surprise you if we don't trade up? No. But I do think I do believe they need to be aggressive in this draft. We have drafted players like Jared Davis, Frank Ragnow. We got Taylor Decker. They're decent players, right? On when it comes to Frank Ragnow. We could talk about Jared Davis has not been living up to his potential, and Decker ever since his injury. I'm not going to fault Bob Quinn on that one because it was more of the injury. But we have not drafted a player that's a dynamic player for the Bob Quinn regime. We have not. What's the player that's dynamic? You can't really name one right now. And so I think you need to get a dynamic player, not be safe anymore, because the Lions just ain't. Do we ever? Yeah, we do. We traded up for Javid Best. I think it was 2011 or 2012. We traded up for Javid Best. Trade ups do occur. They do occur in just Bob Quinn's regime. He trades up in the middle of the rounds. We've traded up in the second round, from lower in the second round to the higher second round. We've traded up in the middle of the draft. Bob Quinn does a lot of trades in the draft. Just we haven't seen one in the first round yet. So to say that it's not going to happen and to say that we don't ever, that's just factually incorrect. We actually do. Just not in the top of the first round. But I do, is out of place. I agree with you, Bruce. He's definitely out of place. Let's see. I would really enjoy to see Bo Scarborough on this offense. He is doing well as a running back. I don't think we need to draft a running back high in this draft at all. I don't believe we need to. I think Bo Scarborough is a very, very good running back, and he is perfectly from what we need. We need a power hitter. We need a guy that will run you down, and that's what Bo Scarborough does. We've seen that throughout the past 3 games now with Bo Scarborough. He is definitely someone I'm looking forward to seeing next year with Matthew Stafford, because I think Matthew Stafford's done as well for the year. I'm looking forward to see. You just made my point. What do you mean? We have traded in the draft. We have traded multiple times in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, the 6th, and the 7th round. It's the one round we have not done is the 1st round. So that's not making a point. That's just saying that we haven't traded in the 1st round yet. So to say that it's not going to happen, that's just, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. To say that it could not happen, yes. To say that it could not happen, yes. But say it's not going to happen at all, that's factually, you're not Nostradamus. So you can't really suggest that. For me to say that it's not going to happen, that would be lying. To say that it is going to happen, that would be lying because I don't know. I think they can. To say that it's not, factually, it's not going to happen, I'm not going to say that. I am not going to do predictions towards. I'm stating fact on prediction. To say to give fact is something I'm not doing anymore, because when you do that, you tend to shoot yourselves in the foot, and we have seen that throughout this year. A lot of that is happening when I thought the Lions would be good, and they are trash. They are absolutely trash. So Bo is a nice surprise. Yes, Bo is a very nice surprise. He is doing well with the role he's getting, and this is something good too. You're seeing a lot of young individuals out here that's really standing up for the Detroit Lions. You're seeing a lot of young individuals out here. You got David Blah, man, for a rookie quarterback, undrafted free agent we traded for a 7th round pick, I think was a great move, and this guy has shown a lot of potential. Interestingly enough, when we talk about David Blah, the one thing I was looking at when I was watching him play is his footwork, and he was definitely he was moving very well when it comes to getting in position. Now, a quarterback, it's very important that you have quality footwork when you're a quarterback to make sure that you're standing correctly when you throw the ball. If you watched when he was standing in the pocket, he wasn't just standing there. He was simply getting his footwork constantly in place. That was so very nice to see from a young guy. You're seeing individuals that can. You're seeing this man doing the little things that's very important that veteran quarterbacks do. And he was doing that footwork very nice. And he was reading the defense. If you were seeing how well he was reading the defense, he was looking for the open man. He was reading his progressions 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was absolutely nice to see a young quarterback read his progressions. Extremely nice. Now, I think that it's very important to play this man the rest of the year, because for giving him just a couple days of practice, and he come out against a quality defense in the Chicago Bears and showed poise, showed intelligence to read the defense, showed his ability to stay calm in the pocket and not fray, was very, very nice. Very nice. That's what I've been saying, Mondo. Bo was good. Don't need a running back. We definitely do not need a running back in this draft. If you want to take one later in the later rounds, fine. What's going on, JMO? What's going on, man? And that's perfectly fine if you want to do that. But definitely no early. We don't need to. Bo Scarborough has done a fantastic job. He has earned the ability to start for the rest of the year and be, in my opinion, start next year. I think he's done a great job. Absolutely fantastic job. we're seeing a lot of young promise in these young players. Amani Awarie, he's done a very good job with the limited roles that he has got, and it's extremely exciting to see that. I am not on the Fire Patricia train either. Guys ain't stepping up. I am on the that when I look at this team, everyone suggests that it's Matthew Stafford's injury. Okay, but that's not the defense. The defense has really been doing a bad job. Very bad job. Extremely bad. They need to fix this defense. They need to fix it immediately. If you're not going to win in this league if you're going to get beat up by Trubisky. You think Blah or Driscoll can carry the team because Stafford's career is over? I don't believe Stafford's career is over. I think when it comes to David Blah, I want to see him develop. It was very good to see him through first games, but I want to see the rest of the year with Blah. And if he continues with this pocket presence that he has and the calmness that he brings as a leader of the offensive and a quarterback, I would like to see that. If he continues to progress in this manner, why the hell not make him the backup next year? And if he progresses like he should as a young quarterback, because you don't know, it could be an anomaly. You want to see more film on a guy for sure, not give one game's tape. You want to see more, but if he continues to get better in his awareness, he could be the heir apparent to Matthew Stafford in a year, and I think that's very potentially could. He showed a lot of promise, man. You got to give him credit. I'm not going to crown him now because that's crazy. J-Mo, sadly, I see why Mobby is the way he is. Lions just ain't smart when they need to be. Lions just ain't. The Lions aren't smart. With all the disappointment, I do feel the Lions did pick up some players that will help. They did pick up young players, and that's what's good to see. You want to see young players, but 3-8-1 is not cutting it. You cannot go 3-8-1 and assume that's perfectly fine. Defense is trash. The scheme works. Our problem is pressure. Our defense is that bad, but we can cover that. We cannot cover that long. It's the defensive line, a lack of lack of pressure. We're not getting after the quarterback. We are not getting after the quarterback, and that's why we are not doing well. You have to go after the quarterback. You have to attack. You have to attack. The quarterback is sitting there for 5-7 seconds, just sitting there, and you're not going to get nothing. Yeah, Stafford's far from done. That's gibberish. Yeah, I don't think he's done either. He did break his spine twice, so that's you got to put that in the back of your mind. But he wants to play. But you got to make sure that you have a backup in there ready to be in for Matthew Stafford with David Blah. I think right now he earns the right to play another game and continue that way. The scheme works. Our defense just can't cover that long. I do like Blah. He is better than Driscoll, in my opinion, because look, Driscoll, what's been in the league 6 years? I believe it's 6 years. David Blah is a rookie free agent, giving just a couple days, and his progressions in rating a defense, and he was hitting the open man was very good. I was very, very excited to see that. It was something we haven't seen in a while. We haven't seen a guy just kind of find the open man and go after it. Does he have the greatest arm in the world? No. But you don't need that to be an NFL quarterback. You got to be able to be smart and find the open hole, and that's what he was doing. Stafford will play out his contract and Blah with sit. Yeah, as long as Stafford stays healthy, I definitely see him playing out his contract. Pass rush is the reason, yes. Pass rush is the absolute reason why this defense is trash. Heal up Stafford, absolutely. Stafford broke his back 2 years in a row. Wife had a brain tumor, and that's the last year jump. That's why he is so set on playing. His broken leg or back or wrist, and it's back. I think he is a competitor, like something that we haven't seen. There's rare competitors in this world. I think he's one of those individuals that is just extremely competitive. And I don't think he plays another down this year, but I think he comes back next year and plays for the Lions. But you got to always have that in the back of your mind is, okay, he's getting a little bit older now, and he's broke his back twice. And you got to have someone behind him that can play if he goes down. And keep in mind, I told everyone after week 1 we was done, and look, we were at. Well, good for you to get that prediction. You are correct. The Lions are not a good football team right now. They're not. The defense is really letting us down, very much so. No, 9 will be ready next season. Isn't. Driscoll has 0 penalties, 0 pocket presence. He's not as good, in my opinion, as David Blah. I think Driscoll's an okay backup, but I think David Blah is better, and he's younger, and he can read a defense. He's smart, and he had that ability to get out of the pocket as well, and that's something that we haven't. That's something that Darrell Bevell is teaching these guys. It's very nice to see that when the pocket's breaking down, and he gets in there. I love Stafford's toughness. I love for Detroit. I do too. Gentlemen, it's been a minute. Still tune in when I can. I wanted to mess with 313 J-Moat and said, go Buckeyes. J3rd is messing with you. Mondo says we need to draft cornerbacks, linebackers, defensive line. If I had it in the way that I could get it, I'd say defensive line. I would say linebacker. I would say probably cornerback. Safety mainly, and offensive line. If you're seeing a trend here, it's defense. I do think we need to get an offensive lineman, but I think in free agency we're going to be fairly aggressive when it comes to the offensive line. We got $50 million in cap space, and I think that it's going to be used. I think you're going to see a lot of aggressive work, maybe even with the pass rusher as well. But I still want to see young pass rushers on this team. I want to see us address the defense in this draft. Being a Lions fan really hurts. Look, man, being a Lions fan is very difficult. It's extremely hard. We can deal with a lot of depression, I guess, and it sucks. Let's see. Why do you think the defense collapsed aside from the injuries? What about the defense caused failure? I think there's many reasons this defense just failed us this year. I think first off, the injuries, we can say injuries. You got Hand in there who was injured. You had Trey Flowers who wasn't ready. You're seeing Trey Flowers do much better right now because his shoulder is in there. Mike Daniels, the injury, you're seeing injuries there. And I think too much was put on the backs of Snacks Harrison. And I think when you don't get pass rush, it's going to hurt the secondary and the linebackers. And it really hurt our secondary this year. So you could say injuries. That's another reason. I think schematically, when it comes to Pepperoni, I think he's not doing well when it comes to play calling. I think the play calling is very bad. I think it's hurting. I think players are in the wrong position. I think that Jared Davis should be moved outside. Him in the middle linebacker is not working. I think players are out of position. I think that when we traded Quandre Diggs, I think that took a lot of wind out of the defense. I think a lot of people kind of gave up at that point when it comes to some of the defensive players. I truly, truly do. I do. Matty P and Bob Quinn have a lot of work to do this offseason. They got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. What up, Doe DSA family? Let's get them likes up. Well, thank you, Noble TA and Noble Sports. Man, I haven't been on in a while, and I wanted to get on because my power's been out. So I just want to get on. Monterey says the Ohio is going to blow out the Michigan Wolverines. Blown lead, and that's going to fall on the lack of secondhand adjustments from the coaching staff. Yeah, that definitely does. I think it's a pot of shit when it comes to this defense. I think literally you put a pot of all sorts of bad stuff that's happening, you mix it together, and you got our defense right now. Lions fans, number one in loyalty and passion. Oh, yeah, we are, man. To actually even have anyone want to watch another Lions game, it shows a lot of passion, man. We've been through hell and back, and it sucks. That's the frustrating part. A majority of these games are winning. We have been in every single game. That's the frustrating part because we are losing every single game. The NFL is a game of inches, and we're losing those inches. There needs to be accountability. And Pepperoni is still on this team. He needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. I mean, what the hell is the point of having this guy on there? He brings nothing. You know, it is what it is. Free agent middle linebacker. I could see that. It all depends on who's free. You got to wait. But I don't want to just spend money just to spend money. I want them to pick up players that's going to fit whatever scheme we're going to do going forward, because what's taking place right now is not working. So if they decide to go switch to a 4-3, we're going to see what they're going to do in the offseason. I have no idea what they're going to do. I don't know. I mean, there could be coaching changes. There could be a lot of player turnover. We're going to see. Except the Vikings game, we got killed. Yeah, look, the Lions have been a competitive team. It's not the offense, it's the defense has been really ruining us. Monterey Moore, that's okay, no apology. Pepperoni's trash. This has been one of my favorite seasons. Learn to stop and smell the roses. You'll enjoy your season more. Oh, man. Oh my God. I don't know, man. This is not a fun season for me. I hate losing. I'm a competitor. It really pisses me off to see a bunch of L's. I want to see winning, and we just have not seen that. Spartans suck. You know, I root for Michigan teams. I'm not a Michigan fan, but I do root for them, and they're not playing well. The Lions got to show me they are trying to win. So tired of mediocrity. Sorry there. I am tired of mediocrity as well. I don't hold excuses. They need to win. They need to play better. They need to win. There's no excuse. Just win damn football games. I don't care about draft spot. If we win the last 4 games, that's happier to me than a draft spot. I want to win. I just don't see us getting wins. And it's because of the offense. It's because of the defense. The offense is doing well, but the defense can't stop anything. Facts, Mike. A lot of people getting trolled if the Lions ever win. I'm just tired of losing, man. Just tired of losing. I want to see win. I don't care how we win. Just win the damn game, man. Like, losing is a mentality I don't like. I'm very much a competitor. Everything that I do, I want to compete. I want to win. And it really pisses me off when I see individuals out there that we lose. I want to see wins, man. If we were to go 7-8-1 and win the last 4 games, I'm happy. I don't care about the draft spot. I truly don't give a shit. I'm tired of losing. I don't think Pasqualoni can see that well. He needs to go, man. Just let him go. Patricia, take hold of the defense and see what happens. It can't get any worse. When you see the team lose for 25 years, you learn to turn off the receptors to your brain. I've seen this team lose for so damn long. And that's what's so frustrating, man, is this team has the ability. We've seen it, but we're not getting it done. I hate most of us are competitive. We hate losing all the time. I know, man. And it sucks, man. And, you know, we all want to win, all of us. We all may agree on things, and we may disagree on things. You know, there's things that I may think that are right, and Monterey Moore may completely disagree with me on. It doesn't damn matter. At the end of the day, we just want to win a damn football game. That's it. And that's good to hear. Say, Mike, at least you're not out there screaming tank. It's just me understand why people feel that way. I can't stand. Look, man. People say tank, tank, tank. Why? Like, I want to watch a game to win. I want to see a winning team. Just win the damn game. I hated seeing us lose to the Chicago Bears, man. Getting swept by the Bears. Maybe I'm just enjoying the best O-line we've had. Y'all hung up on winning and losing, ignoring how hard they are working and competing. Look, I do like the offensive line and pass protection. It's done better as of recently, but Taylor Decker is really frustrating me a little bit with his foul or his flags, false starts, holding. I think he's had an up and down year, but all in all, the offensive line is better than I expected, and so that is a positive. I do see people playing hard, but I want to see wins. Playing hard is great, but 3-8-1 is not great. Exactly, Noble. Kerryon can be traded. He's talented but fragile. I think Kerryon will be a number 2, and I think Bo Scarborough has earned the number 1 spot, in my opinion. What's up, Mondo? I'm surprised there have not been firings at any of the coaching positions. I'm not surprised. This is what I thought, man. If there was to be a firing, it would happen on Black Friday, or it happen on Monday. Look. You got the buddy system going on here. Matt Patricia's friends with Pasqualoni, and I think that's why Pasqualoni is not off the team. And I don't see a reason for him to be. He doesn't bring anything. Is Pasqualoni calling the plays, or the backups that bad? See, this is the thing. The defense is got a lot of starters in the game. You've seen Deshaun Hand was in the game last week. Trey Flowers was in the game. You still got Darius Slay. You got Coleman, who got beat up. You got Amani Oruwariye, who is doing well. And the linebackers are in there. There's not a ton of backups. In my opinion, it's players are in the wrong position, and we're getting bad play calling by Pasqualoni. He's not doing a good job. He's a net negative right now. We may get a first rounder for Driscoll or Blah. No, I don't see that. Win now for what? Get us where? Winning helped us miss out on Josh Allen. Jags put him on the spot. In 2010, the Detroit Lions won 4 games straight. If you remember that, we won 4 games straight. Okay, and it started with Levy with a pick 6 against the Miami Dolphins. After that, we won 5 games straight in 2011. Winning does help. It brings a mentality of winning culture. The culture to me is more important than players. The culture to me is more important than anything. You just got to win. I mean, if you look at the Patriots, they have not had a whole lot of high draft picks, yet every time they get players, they win. Thank you, Mondo. You're tripping, my friend. The problem with Michigan sports is we have been mediocre. Being mediocre is worse than being terrible because you can't tell if you're getting better or not. I just want to see win. Like, to me, winning is the most important thing. I don't like if we was to win a game 2-3 or 3-2, I'm happy. Even though it'd be one boring ass game, it's a W. Have not a good pick. Why wouldn't you want to lose games? Because I want the mentality of winning. I disagree with you. That's perfectly fine. We agree to disagree, but I like the winning mentality. I like to win. I don't like losing. How has Bryant been doing? He's not playing all the time because he's right now he's coming back from injury. So you're going to have to wait a couple more games to really see. It's going to take him a little bit to get to probably to full strength. You may not see it till a couple plays, maybe at the last game. It's going to take a little bit. He's been injured the whole time. Wow, you up in the morning, sweet bread? Yeah, man, look, I have not been on in a while. My power has been out. I have literally Wednesday, my power has been out. We got it back yesterday late afternoon. Power's been out. I had to stay at a hotel on Thanksgiving Day. It sucked. My video, who do we blame? We have to, everyone's got to be held to account. Everyone's got to be to blame. Everyone. And that starts with coaches, players. It starts with general manager. It starts with me. I got to be held account because I was wrong about this team. I thought they'd go 11 wins. Look at me now. I look like a dumbass. We're going 3 wins, and I hold my health self to account, man. And I ain't making no prediction no more. You're not gonna hear me say, we are trading up. I'm gonna say we can trade up. I'm definitely not saying we are because I'm not doing this prediction shit anymore. Do you guys trust this organization with the top pick? Um, it. Bob Quinn's done really well with drafting players in the mid rounds. We have not had a blue chip player. In my opinion, we got to get a blue chip player. And so, do I trust him to make the pick? I will give him a chance. I do trust him to get up there and get yourself a blue chip player. Stop comparing teams to the Patriots. Okay, I'm not going to say the Patriots then. Look at other teams that in the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings has not always had a top pick, yet they're competitive. The Pittsburgh Steelers. You look at a lot of teams in this league, okay? They've not had top picks, yet they still win football games. The Baltimore Ravens. They've not had top picks, yet they know how to draft well. And look at them. Look at these teams that you predominantly pick in the later rounds. They're winning, and they still get players, good players. You have to look at that way. So, yeah, you want to say just the New England Patriots, don't compare it to them? Fine. Look at other teams that's always picking the top of the draft that still sucks. The Jets suck. They've been picking in the top of the draft forever. They still suck. The Cleveland Browns suck, and they're always picking the top of the draft. There's a mentality there. You've got to bring a mentality of winning culture. And I value winning culture over draft picks. Now, you may disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. You value the draft pick over the winning. I value winning over the draft pick. Don't nobody want to hear you. Damn right. We complaining about losses and wins. We are okay. I've been working because that hard work ain't leading up to no wins. I want to win. I know, laughing out loud. Where's Kerryon? He's injured. He is on IR. Dan Quinn for defensive coordinator. Only team that I need to lose to Atlanta. Sub Don Bird. Dan Quinn trash. They got what I want to see when they get a defensive coordinator is I want to see somebody. You know how we got Darrell Bevell, and he was not affiliated with Matt Patricia. That's what I want to see. Don't take someone you're friends with. Just affiliate yourself. Get the guy who's the best available. Hire the right guy. Not on friends, not on anything. Just hire the right guy. Cunningham was better than Pepperoni. He was. Why does this team suck? Man, there's many reasons why this team sucks. Many reasons. Monterey, my guy. Yes, he is. Top picks still haven't helped us win games. We need game changers, dogs on this team. We do. You want a winner, stop buying souvenirs, stop buying tickets. Every Sunday, they will get the message, billionaires eat regardless of whatever you win or lose. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Detroit Lions, when you're talking about buying and money, the main reason that the Lions make revenue is not because of souvenirs. It's not because of tickets. It's because of advertising. That's why you see a lot of Ford on Fox when they're doing the pregame show. You see a lot of Ford commercials. That is where they get predominantly the revenue. Yeah, it does hurt when it comes to ticket sales. It's more or less, it hurts their ego more than anything. But when it comes to revenue, if you really want to hurt the Ford organization, if that's what you're trying to do, then you got to somehow stop the ad revenue when it comes to commercials and stuff like that. But that's where you're going to get a lot of it. What's the point of during man to man we fail every time? Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I'm with you. Like the video or the Lions will draft another tight end. God, please do not draft another tight end. Look, we're good for tight ends for the next decade. Let's focus on defense. Believe me, I want us to win, but we have to find our own new culture. Our culture lately has been overpaying wrong players and being mediocre. Yeah, I agree with you. But if you're seeing Trey Flowers is actually starting to pick up, and that's good to see. I think his injury when it comes to his shoulder was worse than we thought initially because he's starting to pick up well. But yeah, we definitely got to stop overpaying for players, and we got to have our own culture, not the Patriot way, the Lion way. And we got the culture that I want is the blue collar culture, the punch you in the mouth culture. And I don't want this soft Lions team. I want a hard-nosed team. That's what I want. And that's the culture I want to be. I don't want to be a anything but to punch you in the mouth. That's what I want. And that's my personal opinion. People may agree. People may disagree. That's cool. Let's see. Don Burr. Quinn is solid as a defensive coordinator. We have Pasqualoni. I hate losing too, but when you're tanking, you either accept the tank or get dragged behind like a cowboy roped on the dragon. Hey, there's 2 points of thoughts, tank or not to tank. And I'm not going to call out people that want to tank. That's their mentality. You have the right to think whatever you want to think. That's your opinion. I'm not going to say you're right or wrong. That's just your opinion. My opinion is I want to win. Other people want to tank. That's perfectly fine, man. Suck for luck type of thing going on that they did with the Colts. There is no reason to get upset over someone who disagrees with you. I mean, it's perfectly fine, man. Well, it's Bob Quinn's drafting guys from Door Unit Knob. Okay, that's funny, Don. I like that. Browns have more wins than us. Yes, they do, but predominantly when the Browns organization is a losing organization like the Lions. So that's my saying. And I'm not just talking this year. I'm talking decades of losing. Dan Quinn defends known for getting cooked. You've seen Super Bowl this year. I have not looked at really defensive-minded people yet when it comes to coordinators. I haven't really had the time to look at it. I'll wait more predominantly when the season's over. We look at the replacement. Pasqualoni is not going to be fired until the end of the year. If he was going to be fired, it would already happen by now, and it's not happening. My feel is if the people who want to lose, here's the thing. You don't have to actually root for tanking because the team's going to tank either way. I don't see us win another game, and I want to win. And Pasqualoni is defensive coordinator. The defense is not going to get better. Here's an example. The Saints got how many middle round picks? The Saints also picked up Drew Brees too from the at that time is the San Diego Chargers. And they picked up a really good coach. And so when you got Drew Brees and you got the coach together, Sean Payton, it really helped out as well. Agreed, no more boys club BS. Yeah, Mike has the right idea. Tanking is for losers. Apparently, a lot of y'all comfortable with the losing aspect. There's two different trains of thoughts. I just want to win. I don't care how we win. I will take a win any day over a loss. But other people will take the taking mentality to get a better draft pick over winning. Scarborough has to be the new running back. Yeah, I believe Bo. Look, Rambo is what I call him. He's got to be the number one at this point. He's shown us a nut. The Lions have turned into the NFL boys club. Yeah, we need to get a stronger team. Hockenson has been a non-factor since Arizona, and we're not going to probably see him the rest of the year because he had that high ankle sprain. But you did see David Blott attempt to give the ball to him a lot. You did. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I think he'll be a really good tight end for us. It's going to take – he has been a non-factor since the Arizona Cardinals. No doubt about it, he's underperformed. Would you fire Patricia or give him another chance? Now, this is the question of the year. Look. What I want and what's going to happen is going to be different. In my opinion, Matt Patricia is not going to get fired. Okay, I think that Bob Quinn's not going to fire him. The only way that this happens is if Martha Ford fires Bob Quinn, and I don't see that happening either. I think he's going to get another year. I think it would be time to move on, but I don't believe it's going to happen. And since I don't believe it's going to happen, I think you need to find the best, greatest defensive mind available to coach this defense and do as much as humanly possible to put pieces around when it comes to leadership around Patricia as humanly possible because we got to win. Tavai punched the ball out at the beginning of the season. Hawk played great. Yeah, look, I like Tavai. I think Hockenson, they both got bright futures. Hit in the pockets, he does. I like a lot of these young guys we got. I do too. We need dogs. I think we need dogs. Let's face it, we're either going left guard, linebacker, or defensive tackle in the first. Hopefully defensive tackle or defensive end. Trey Flowers is finally playing better. He started slow. Yeah, I think it was due to a shoulder injury. Yes, we do need dogs. 49ers got a dog. Yes, they did. You make a fantastic point. Bosa, the beast, man. You are right. Part of the problem is the association with the Patriots. I do agree. I don't trust the organization with the last pick or last round. Why would I trust the organization with the top pick? Well, I think because we're going to have a very high pick. It's going to be a top 5 pick. I think when you have top 5 picks, there's generally blue chip players there. And so it's hard to miss on a pick. Never going to happen as long as we're tanking nice guys. I don't want nice guys. I want asshole guys. I want mean guys. I want guys that are going to literally be an asshole on the team. That's what I want. The Oakland Raiders, I like how I like what they did last offseason. Young, passionate defensive coordinator. At least we didn't draft Trubisky. Absolutely. Slay all of a sudden. Sorry, I'm getting to you guys' question here. Something on the national game, trying to increase his trade cap. Yeah, I think he's not going to be a Detroit Lion before next draft. What y'all think of Derek Brown? One Pride 40. I have not taken a whole lot of look at him. I will do that though. I have yet to really look at the draft status of players. I'm actually starting this week, so you're going to see now videos coming out for me. It's going to be more NFL draft and free agency videos. I'm going to probably stop doing the comparing the Lions versus another team. I think it's pointless at this point. And I'm going to start doing draft videos. So Derek Brown, One Pride 40. I will make him my first guy. How about that? So leave that in the comment on this page. Comment on the video, and that will remind me this week to go ahead and really take a look at his film. Martha, fire everyone at a blind rage. Yeah, that's the only way I see it happening. The Lions don't know to goes with the work. Scarborough is a workhorse running back. Yes, he is. Lions always make Trubisky look like an all-pro. I know. 3 and 5 defensive. I'm not sure what the hell is going on right now. One more chance. No, I hope Rex will be defensive coordinator. What is your I just said that. I don't see point of firing rookie head coach. It's been 3 years. Fire is the rule. I just don't see them doing it. Isaiah Simmons, what's up, buffed up, man? You're right. This has been a shitty year. Amani, a baller. Yes, he is, man. Great pick. Great pick. I believe we need that running back out of Wisconsin who helped Stafford out. I don't think we really need to draft one, in my opinion. Pepperoni is the – I thought you were going to say the Hall of Fame, but he's like the Hall of Shame. Need passion. We do. Yes, I love Bo Scarborough. I do. Mike, how serious is Stafford back injury? Do we get a quarterback Herbert maybe early? This is the biggest thing that we need to look in the offseason because we don't know the extent of the injury. We don't know what's going on the spine, and I can't tell you. I don't know, man. I can just tell you from my experience, from my spine injury and what I have. I've had a double neck fusion. I have degenerative spine disease. And so after getting beat up a lot in the Army, my spine took a major shit. Okay, and it is degenerative. So I have a spine of an 80-year-old man. I have arthritis through my back. He has now had 2 years of a broken back. I can't tell you the extent of how it's going to be in the long run. That is something they need to figure out. And I would defer to the experts of the physicians behind that. And the Lions really need to take a serious look at it. Absolutely serious. And we need to make sure I want to see Blah start the remainder of the year. If he continues to impress and continues to be the way he is, then we don't need to take a quarterback in this draft. If Stafford is going to have a serious injury, hopefully it's not. Hopefully he can play the rest of his contract. That is something I can't speculate. The doctors really need to take a look. The franchise as a whole needs to take a look at his spine. I don't respect taking that. I'm with you, man. Rex Ryan needs to run this defense, but he would scare Matty P. He would scare him. The Jets have more wins than us. That's sad. $50 million in cap space. Hell yeah. I think Nick Cole is hand 2.0. You got to take a look at him. I want Rex Ryan for defense coordinator. I would not mind that. He was a great defensive coordinator. Give Harris some time. Yeah, I'm with you. One Pride 40. You got to. You got to give him more time. Let him start the rest of the year. Give him playing time. That's only going to help the secondary out, man. It's rough. It's rough. It takes a while for these guys to get better. It does. Top 15. We're going to be a top 5 pick. You at James Willis, Oregon quarterback. Yeah. Look, I I watch the Oregon Ducks. I'm an Oregon Duck fan. I can tell you that Herbert is a very good quarterback. He is very good, and I am biased. So put that in a grain of salt because I am biased. I am an Oregon Duck fan. There is bias behind that. Let's see. And another guy for sure. Every pick we have is the first hasn't. No. Remember before the draft, Bob wanted Kalen Ballage too. Scarborough is great. I do believe so. It's the Lions don't draft a quarterback in the first or second, the third round. Then we need to. I'm not necessarily believe we need to get a quarterback. We got to let David Blah play out the rest of the year. I want to see David Blah the rest of the year. For a rookie, what he did on Thursday was magnificent. But I still want to see him the rest of the year, and I want to see what he can do, and rate him. Isaiah Simmons, a dog at linebacker. Hell, let's get some dogs. Let's get some. I don't want no chess players no more. I want some mean son of bitches in there who's going to plow people's heads over. That's what I want. How well Bevel can work. I know, man. Darrell Bevell, man. Darrell Bevell has not gotten as much credit as he should. My kids are screaming, what's going on up there? And so, yeah, man, he's got to get some credit, man. Darrell Bevell's done a great job with what he's given. We could trade back. You could trade back. You could trade up. You can trade back. We don't know how the draft's gonna come out. We don't know. You never know. We have no idea what's going to take place. I would prefer to trade up. That is my prefers because I want to get a dynamic playmaker. Defensive back quarterbacks take it a time. They do. Yes, they do. 100% facts. Yeah, I did videos on the Lions taking. All right, got to check it out. Herbert is inconsistent. I would rather wait a year and get Lawrence or Fields. And look, when it comes to quarterback position, it all just, in my opinion, we got to see how Matthew Stafford's spine is and let the doctors figure that one out. I think he's good, but you never know. Subs in early day. I know it was sub early day. We need to see the development of David Blah, 100%. Micro, we love you, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Don Burr. Much appreciated. Feel better. Ohio may get 2. 0-16 team, LMAO. Laughing my ass off. Sean Lee, quarterback coach. He has been great. Isaiah Simmons playing safety and linebacker fit into the versatile defense. Okay, guys, this is great. Send players to me in the comments of this video, not in the comment section that you're doing right now. But when you comment in the video, put down some players for me to check out. And I want to start doing videos on the draft and players in college. So if you want to see me to take a look at and give judgment on a player, just let me know. Throw it in the comment section. I'm going to start doing that. Yeah, remember you, James Wills. We could use Slay and trade up. I definitely see us trading Darius Slay. Appreciate that. Last thing we need is to draft offense besides offensive line. We need to draft defense. I know I'm with you, man. I want defense, and offensive line. Now we getting young people. We not getting young people. And that's, look, there's people that say we won't. There's me that says be aggressive, go get it. At the end of the day, we'll find out on draft day. I want a defensive playmaker. Would you bring back the same wide receiver core? Yeah, look, I like the wide receivers this year. I think they've had a little bit of drop issues, but damn, our wide receivers has done well. Jones has done well. Galladay has done well. Marvin Hall, for sure, he's got to come back. I love Marvin Hall. He has been a young stud. I want to see him back there. Danny Amendola, if they decide to bring him back for another one-year deal, okay. I could see them taking a wide receiver like in the 5th or 6th round, maybe a slot guy, but I'm happy with the wide receiver core. I think that I want to become a running team and pound the ball with Bo Scarborough. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Matty P not going nowhere. Justin Herbert isn't inconsistent this year. He was without 4 starting wide receivers. And I'm telling you, he's good, dude. Chase Young, we're not getting that, man. Why we have to wait for Matthew Stafford? We need to start rebuilding now. You don't wait until he's done or his back is before you can make a decision. Well, look, that is a idea that the and this is going to have to be a decision by the Ford family and Bob Quinn at the same time. It's not just a Bob Quinn thing. They're going to have to look at it as a whole. I got a lot of players. I know you do, Risky. Jordan Love. Okay. I do some research and give you some picks. Awesome, man. You just put it in the comment section, and then I will remember, and I'll go back and look at it. Shaq Barrett, Jake. Yeah, put it in the comments on the video. Comment the names, not on the comment section that you're doing right now. That is the chat. Do it in the comment of the video. Just put names down, and I will get through. It'll give me work to do for the next couple of months, and so that's what I'm going to be doing videos on predominantly. I'm now going to switch from talk about the Lions. You know how I do my video when the Lions play a team and I do my breakdown. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to do draft. And I'm going to start doing mock drafts too. So I hope Lions don't Tion Green. Yeah, man. I'm setting Stafford free. Send him to Tampa for a damn draft pick. If you're going to trade Matthew Stafford, I'd do it to an AFC team. Lions got the quarterback of the future in David Blah. Dude had a great game. Yeah, he had one great game, and I agree. I think he's got a bright future, but let's not crown him yet. Let's wait. Play the remaining of the year out. Let's do that. That's what I want to see. I don't need drop as a lineman. Roberts can score the ball against the best defense. Stafford, not. Our defense is awful. Our defense is bad. Bengals' last chance to win a game is tomorrow. The Bungles are I think they're going to be 0-16, man. What the craziest shit, man. There's been a lot of 0-16 teams recently. The Lions, the Browns, and I think the Bungles are going 0-16. Would you be okay with another the? I'm not sure what the TH there. Sign it. Joe Tony guard, Anthony Costanzo tackle, Chris Harris cornerback, and Devin McCourty full safety. I like the Chris Harris as cornerback if you're going to get rid of Darius Slay. I think that would work out well. I see us getting one offensive lineman in free agency and possibly maybe another one in the NFL draft, maybe, in the mid rounds. Kick-ass podcast. Thank you, Monterey Moore, man. It's been a long-ass year, and I want to revert to something more positive, and the NFL draft is more positive. Free agency is positive. I'm tired of losing, man. Salute. Thank you. Defensive back. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me go back to what you were saying here. Shit. I think I lost it. Oh, another defensive back. Yes. You're trying to say, would you take another defensive back? Yes. You always want to get defensive backs, man. Look, defensive backs you can't have enough defensive backs, just like you can't have enough linemen. And the more you get, the more the merrier. And I want to see defensive linemen. I want to see defensive backs. I want to see a lot of defense in this draft. If they go 2 defensive linemen in this draft, defensive tackle, defensive end, in the first and the second round, something like that, you're not going to hear me bitch. You're not going to hear me complain about it. If they decided to go, safety or a top safety or a cornerback or something like that, I'm not going to bitch about it. If you see me get a tight end, if you see them get a tight end or a running back or something like that, I'm going to be pissed. I just want to see defense. I'm a defensive guy. We draft an offense. They're starting the team on offensive gel. I can see them getting an offensive lineman. I don't want them to get one early, though. I think you can get decent ones later. Lions currently have the 6th pick. Yes, you're correct. They do have currently the 6th pick right now. And you can get a quality – look, there's a lot of good defensive players early in this draft, but you got to understand that a lot of teams pick quarterbacks early on, and so it's going to push defensive talent back to us. And if we can't get a Chase Young, if we stay there and we end up getting the next best defensive player, look, fine, man. Just get it. I want us to get defense, pass rush. Do you draft picks or free? Do you want draft picks or free agents? I prefer drafting players over free agents. That's what I prefer. I like going younger. I think it's okay to get sporadically free agents. I don't think we need to go insane amount this year when it comes to free agency. We do got $50 million in cap space. I think we need to sign Kenny Galladay to an extension, get some of our own players that we feel is going to be the future, sign them to extensions. Use that money for that and pick maybe 1 or 2 really good players in free agency. But free agency, there's a reason that teams let these players go, and you got to understand that. Maybe trade players, I think if you're going to go that, it doesn't matter. Again, not a needle mover. Well, send Stafford to the Colts. Now, the Colts, I think, are happy with Jacoby Brissett. Who's ahead of us in the draft? You got the Skins. You have I think that it's the Bungles, the Skins, the Miami Dolphins, the Jets, and the Falcons. And I think the Falcons will actually win another game. I think we'll end up being the Falcons are number 5. I think we'll end up being number 5, and they'll be a 6 because they're actually they're I think they'll win another game. Norman Brown, our offensive line, still tooling. Tried to build a legit run game. Stafford isn't getting any younger. I think Bo Scarborough is a damn good running back. I like him what I'm seeing from him. Me personally, I would move on and allow Stafford to go to another team. Stafford is a solid quarterback. When his contract is up, okay, I can see that, but I don't see if we would just let him go. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He still would hurt us cap. He's gonna be on the team next year, man. Stafford's gonna be a quarterback. Upgrade from Melvin. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Or if they want to keep Melvin and trade Slay, I can see that as well. Lions should get Aquara in the 2nd and Nate Cole in the 3rd. Don't worry, we'll trade next year for Nate Solder. No. That was not Nate Solder that got the extension. That was the guy from the Eagles. Yeah, I don't want Nate Solder. Lions have the 7th. They currently have the 7th. I thought they had the 6th overall pick. Well, they're close. We got to see our last 2 draft classes develop. That's what this team hinges on. Well, we had a couple players that developed well. You got to look. Akawara is developing really well, very, very well. You look at Bo Scarborough. He's developing. I don't think we didn't draft him, but you got players that are young that are developing on this team, and that's good to see. You got development. That's good. Kenny Murray, linebacker, Oklahoma. I like Kenneth Murray. Dylan Moses. Got some good names here. Young guys over vets sometimes. Yeah. I think you sprinkle veterans intermix there, and you have a good dynamic between the young guys. But having a young team financially helps your cap out more. And if you can draft well and continue to develop young talent, that makes your ability to pick up players of training or free agents much better. So I always believe in a good cap space. Send him to Tennessee. Yeah, I could see the Tennessee Titans. That actually makes kind of sense there. Lions scheduled for next season going to be the NFC South, AFC South. Is it going to be a hard one? Well, we thought this year was not a hard schedule, and we're 3-8-1. You never know. You got to see how teams do in the offseason and the draft overall. Bengals, Giants, Dolphins, Redskins, Broncos. Oh, yeah, the Broncos. I always forget the Broncos in there. I think we're going to lose to the Broncos, and that will put the Broncos ahead of us, or us ahead of them, the Giants. Yeah, the Giants too. Yep, you're right. Who wants Slay for a contract and never earns it? I think he gets traded. We have $6 million this year by trading Stafford and $20 million in 2020. We're not trading Stafford, guys. It's not happening. Even if we were to pick a quarterback like a Herbert in the first round, they're going to keep Stafford like they did Alex Smith with Kyler Murray. Or not Kyler. What the hell am I thinking? The Kyler Murray. What the hell? I'm smoking some crack. The Kansas City quarterback, the MVP last year. They put him on the bench for the year and let him develop. And so a good defense and a couple solid moves to fix the offensive line. We're above average team. We've seen glimpse and legit scoring team. Our offense is fine. Last year, our offense was ass. We got Darrell Bevell. Our offense is really good now, even with backups, man. I mean, I'm really impressed with Darrell Bevell. Very, very impressed with him. We need to get the greatest minds for this defense. That's what we need to do. Who's the weak link on the defensive line? The weak link on the defensive line. I think we have a couple individuals that's not doing well. I think Snacks Harrison's not doing well. I think he regressed. I think he's becoming a weak link. I think we're seeing Aquara. I know he's somewhat of a linebacker or whatever, but we haven't seen shit from him this year. I think there's a couple players. Deshaun Hand's been injured. Mike Daniels, for sure he's the weak link. That guy needs to go. Dude's been injured the whole time. If we can win with Stafford, we can continue to keep him. I know they paid him, but some point we got to make a change. Yeah, we do. Look, that's why you develop young guys like a Blah, or if they got a quarterback early. You got to be able to put the young guys in there and let them learn from Stafford. I think that's helped out David Blah. I think that like you've seen a lot of Stafford and David Blah with his footwork and his getting out of the pocket. I think that, having that veteran in there and teaching the young guy is very good. We've never been able to rebuild with 3 first-round picks, just something to think of. Having 3 first-round picks would be fantastic. Trade staff to Pittsburgh. That's funny. That would be funny because that's where the quarterback that was the Lions 50-some years ago got traded, was the Pittsburgh, I believe so, and would reverse the curse. And I could see if they were to trade Stafford, I think Pittsburgh would be one of the guys you want to look for. That's funny, though. Christian Jones, yeah, he's trash. He's trash. He ass. He is, man. He is. Well, folks, I've been on for about an hour and 5 minutes. I'm going to get off now and hang out with my family. But today is not the end, because Luke G from Luke G's Field Review, I talked to him last night. He is going to go live today, and I may be on with him later today on his channel. So if you're ready to hear some Detroit Lions talk later, some free agency, make sure to check out Luke G from Luke G's Field Review. I'll probably be on with him at 1 o'clock today, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Above the Rim, Detroit Drew's channel. The boys of the DSA will be on there with him. And it's a great show. I'm watching the Ohio-Michigan game, and I'm listening to Above the Rim at the same time. I am not a Michigan fan. I am not any team of Michigan. But let's go Michigan, man. I root for them. Let's go and beat the Ohio Buckeyes. It's not going to happen. But, hey, man, have a good game. Let's have a fun game. But, yes, today, Luke G's from Luke G's Field Review, time is yet to be determined, as well as Above the Rim. And if you have not liked my video, please do so. Leave comments in the video about who you want to see film on and what I think about them, because that's what I'm moving towards. I'm turning my channel back into the NFL draft and free agency. I am transitioning starting this week. So leave those names there for me. I will get to them accordingly with the time that I have, and I would give you kind of where I would draft him, what I think, this, that, and the other. So with that said, folks, have a fantastic day. Enjoy it with your family. Enjoy some football. Enjoy some Above the Rim. Enjoy some Luke G. And have a good one. With that said, I leave you with the greatest words of all time. Adios.